What's up? Welcome back to the At the Buzzer podcast. I'm DC and I'm here with
G Money.
Colin.
I'm a dude.
full house today as we're in full swing of playoff mode now.
Yes, sir.
We midway through round one. A lot of teams are heading over to the other team. The other side. As we recording, there's three more games today.
3. Yep.
But let's just jump right into it, man. Playoffs have been cooking. It came out the other day that this was the most watched opening day of the playoffs in, 15 years? Something like that. It was a lot of years.
Man.
But it's crazy because this season, a lot of people said the NBA ratings fell off. What happened? But let's just jump right into, let's go over to the East first. Let's talk about the Pacers and the Bucks, man, because I feel like that's kind of become the most talked about series so far. Pacers still being disrespected.
Per usual.
Like, I understood it last year. It was the first time in the playoffs, and Giannis didn't play the first round.
Yeah.
But Giannis back. And Dame was doing all that chirping to come back and have 14 points. Shooting,
Got boxed.
what was he, 4 for 13?
4 for 13.
Man.
from the
Welcome
field.
to Nim Hill.
Man, what?
Okay.
He said Andrew Nimbar boxed.
Oh, my God. Andrew Nemar Penitentiary was in full effect.
Nah, the way he was guarding him was crazy. Face guarded him the whole time.
Crazy.
It works. I mean, but we saw it last year, though, with Brunson and Dame.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, we've been seeing it all year and all last year. He has a lot of guards in Hill. He had John Morant in Hill,
Mm-hmm.
Cade in Hill. Like, he's really one of the best perimeter defenders in the league.
Without a doubt.
And it's starting to, really be addressed. And his offensive side is also starting to be addressed. Like, people are starting to notice his shoulder bump.
And
That shoulder bump gets serious.
overall, he got a
Serious.
bag, too. Like,
Yeah.
it's not just he just get to the bucket. Like, he can mix you one-on-one, get to a pull-up jumper,
Yeah.
can shoot a little bit. Like, he really a well-rounded player.
I was about to say mid range was in full effect last night. That
Mhm.
shoulder, like you said, that little shoulder
The
bump.
shoulder
mid-range.
bump, crazy.
And then his 3 shot, he got a good 3
Yeah,
shot.
he got a
Mhm.
clip.
That's that
And
Gonzaga work.
he's probably the most clutch non-all-star in the league to me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, he stepped back 3 in the mouth of Giannis, bro.
Big
That
shot
was a
maker.
dagger, too.
Mhm.
But it also came out, all the, NBA, voting about the players and everything. For the 4th straight season, James Johnson is the player everybody would least like to fight. But they also said Halliburton is the most overrated. How do you feel about that?
They hate. They hate him because they ain't. Man, they just hate because as a player who's led his team to a top 4 seed back-to-back years.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And if he didn't get hurt his first year, they was 5th.
Yeah, so back-to-back years and assist to turnover ratio, probably the best we've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
That's just hate. They hate him just because his personality.
Yeah.
Bingo.
I don't think he's black enough.
Nah, probably.
No, that's
exactly-
really a lot of the
It's
point.
funny, but it's true, though.
It's true, and in a league where there's a lot of black players, like he don't move the exact same as everyone else. So, I just think that's caused his reputation a bit of a hit. But it surely can't be off skill. Like that's a ridiculous thing to say. He's not a super athlete, but still somehow he has a small market team, like Dusky said, as a top 5 seed,
Yeah.
back-to-back years in a competitive conference. Like the East isn't what it was in 2015. It's a different day.
We know the West is better, but it's y'all don't have to say that every single time we talk about it.
Exactly.
The
East is not a cakewalk.
East is still pretty deep.
Yeah.
I would say
Yeah,
there's no one team that's going to win it.
Yeah, the West is heavy, but the 1 seed separated in 2 through 8. Okay,
Mhm.
but with the East, it's the top 5 teams. I understand 6, 7, 8. I really gonna hit on nothing, but
Right.
1 through 5, it's always a battle.
I would go 6 because the Pistons, we can talk about this
Whew.
series a little bit later, but the Pistons look like they're going to beat the Knicks.
I'm just saying,
But-
the past couple years.
No, I feel you, though. I feel you. I also think, it's unwarranted because, like you said, he has the skill, but it's not like he's not putting up the numbers. He just broke Chris Paul's record, who's played probably more than 1,000 more games than him. He broke his record of 20 points, 10 assists, 0 turnover games.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all time. And he's only played like 340 games.
Right.
So, and he's at like 14 now, I think. It's definitely going to be, I couldn't even predict the number by the time he retires. So I just think that's.
I also think it's a lot of jealousy because of the trash talk and the whole narrative surrounding the Pacers last year was they only made it as far as they did because everyone they faced was hurt. And I think a lot of players, when you see a situation like that, you think, man, what if I was in that position? Like, I think we always look at people through the lens of what we would do in their shoes.
Right.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, man, I could replicate that. But in all honesty, no.
Nah, and that's totally unfair to me just because, like, the Pacers weren't all the way healthy.
Exactly.
Even last year, he was hurt playing in the playoffs.
Mhm.
And
They didn't have their third best scorer.
And I think this year they have a real good chance to replicate what they did last year and get to
Exactly.
the conference finals again.
Oh, yeah.
I really hope they do so everybody could just shut up.
Right.
Me too. But you know the goalpost going to move anyways. Because, I mean, we saw it with Dame. They were talking about when Dame said he about to play, oh, don't run now, Dame coming.
Right.
Now it was his first game in the month, bro. You got it. Like, if Dame came back and played the way he did in game 2, it'd have been fine if he didn't chirp all game 1.
Right.
But he did all that talking. He got to back it up. It don't matter about the blood clot. Nobody told you to come back.
That's what I'm saying. You know, I know people, they was talking crazy, you know, under that first post we made on ATB on TikTok. Oh, Dame come back. This is that and the third. But
Dame
now
came back.
he back. We can only work with what's on the court. Like, if you decided to come back and play, it's now fair game to talk
Man.
about.
And he played 37 minutes.
They want us to
Exactly.
play against all these hypotheticals. Like, no, like we playing like you gotta play who in front of you.
Exactly. You got to play
Exactly.
who's in front of you. It's not the Pacers' fault that everybody else is injured. Like, I feel like, you know, a lot of people say availability is the best ability, which, you know, to an extent, I don't know about all that. But
Yeah.
at the same time, there is some truth to it.
Exactly.
Like Amadou said, the Pacers had their own injury that they were battling with, but at the same time, they're such a deep team to where they can lose some people and still compete. We saw the Knicks. Jalen Brunson gets hurt. Whole team sucks now.
Why do we lose context so much in sports? Almost every title run, you could be like, oh, they didn't have this person in that round. Are we going to count that against the team?
Yeah.
Like, what conversation would we be having about Golden State if Kawhi played with San Antonio when he got his ankle sprained in that series? But we just kind of glossed over it. But it doesn't. People like to pick and choose when those type of things matter, and I think that's really lame.
Yeah,
You know.
man.
It happened with the Bucks.
Also,
if the Nets weren't injured, the Bucks are not winning that
they
ring.
wouldn't have a chance. Jeff Teague said it himself. Ain't nobody in their locker room believed that they was going to win.
Literally.
So, also, how about stop this anonymous stuff? If you going to say somebody trash, stand on it. Put
It's
your
all
name on
Bucks
it.
and Knicks fans, good players, man.
Nah, because for someone to be as efficient as he is, they just mad he ain't hit their parlay that one time. Man.
Mhm. That's for sure.
And like they probably just don't see. They want him to be more aggressive, like scoring wise, but it works. Like
Exactly.
it works.
Literally.
And I'm not gonna lie, he's one of the most clutch players in the league.
Yeah.
Like when it's time, when the game on the line, he get the ball and he win the game. So I
Literally.
don't see the problem. I
If he
know.
don't hit the three or the floater himself,
he making it bad.
he gonna have the assist or the hockey assist.
Mhm.
Somehow he gonna be involved in the score. And I also feel like if they really pulled every player in the league, not just 90, he wouldn't have been the most overrated. And even in that, it was only 14% of those 90. So I don't like any of that.
Nah.
Yeah,
But I like how he
tripping.
silenced it. Because what do you have? 21, 10, 5?
Yeah,
Sufficient.
exactly.
And they won. The Pacers up 2-0. And let's talk about Siakam, bro. Hooping.
Yeah.
How important is he?
It's critical. He's got to be the number one go-to guy. Obviously, Halliburton has the capability to be that type of scorer, but I do think the offense works a lot better when Halliburton can pick and choose his spots when he wants to be aggressive. You know, the goal is to be consistently aggressive, but when you can just come down sometimes, dump the ball to Siakam, and know he's going to create for you, know he's going to get a bucket, going to draw a double, get your offense going. That just makes everything a lot better for Indiana. Draws doubles, gets a three-point shooting going, gets people cutting. So he's really the key to their ceiling, how far they go this year in the postseason.
Yeah, they needed a wing. They got a wing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And, I mean, he's a
Great defender.
He's a finals champion.
Yeah.
He's been here before. And he ride for his teammates. I mean, he will get in Bobby Porter's face.
Mm-hmm.
He will start talking. He will tell Dame he will beat his ass.
Shout out Bobby Porter for dropping 28 points, though.
Yeah.
That won't happen again this series. He's not replicating that.
He was hooping.
He was hooping. What he hit? 3 straight threes to bring him back within like 4? That was crazy. I was not expecting none of that.
You heard Doc Rivers say he's confident. He's confident going back.
Worst coach of all time. See, that's another thing though, because now Bucks fans are saying y'all have a competent coach. Sorry,
it's not our fault.
What?
Y'all fired y'all 50-win coach for Doc Rivers.
Come on, bro.
Most people would say y'all got the best 2 players in the series. So what? Play basketball.
Y'all almost easily have the best player on the court.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's showing it though. We talked about this. Like Ed Colin Have a Show did make a video about this. Giannis, he gonna get his. He gonna average 35 and 13 the whole series.
Yeah.
What is everybody else gonna do?
Exactly.
Like you can have one other person, like Bobby Portis. Like he had 28. Who else is gonna score? The only other person in double figures was Kyle Kuzma, and he had 12.
Shout out to him, man. He had a donut last game.
Worse than a donut. He had the Tony Snell game 1. Bro was just doing cardio. So, based off what we've seen from both teams, what's the series outcome?
Series in 5.
5?
Yep.
Yeah, I think Milwaukee wins game 3.
Mm-hmm.
Or 4, either one.
Yeah.
And the Pacers take 1 in Milwaukee and then come back to Cambridge 5
Exactly.
and blow them out.
Yeah.
OKC is blitzing.
We don't even got to talk about that, man.
We do, though.
Um,
Why do
over.
you think
The series
it's
is over.
happening, though?
The series is over. I think they've won by a combined 100 million points in the past 2 games. It's over. Shot Gilgeous-Alexander, team all deep, great coach.
Yeah. Yeah, nah.
Dysfunction. Memphis just fired their head coach 3 weeks ago. So, what you think was going to happen?
That's stupid.
That sweep was so obvious.
Stupid.
Next.
The only thing I'm going to say about this one is I don't like how Game 2 was on TNT while the Pacers-Bucks Game 2 was on NBA TV and was blocked in Indiana. So you had to have FanDuel Sports Network to watch it. That's garbage.
Yeah.
I really don't like that. Adam Silver, fix your game. Let's talk about probably my second. I don't know. It's hard to pick a favorite series for real, but one of my favorite, Pistons and Knicks. It's getting chippy, and the Knicks look very vulnerable to me. But what do you think? Just give me a recap on Game 1 and 2. What happened?
I think Game 1, the Pistons showed you what the game plan was. They showed you how effective they could be. They just got to the 4th, and they just started playing bad basketball, and that happens sometimes. I think they just hit a rough stretch, bunch of turnovers.
A lot of their first time, too, in the playoffs.
And it takes time to settle down. You're in the Garden, and the Garden is one of the big market teams. They're going to be loud. The fans are rowdy. They're here for that. And the Knicks have virtually everyone on that roster has been in the postseason before. They know what they're doing. And so I think they showed you through 3 quarters what the true series was going to be. 4th, they just fumbled. And then Game 2, they showed you what it's going to be, all night long. They attacked Brunson, did a really good job. Cade looked a lot more calm, getting to his spots. I think you saw the offensive rebounding was really good, especially first half. Durham was on the glass. Asur Thompson got on the glass. Cade, hyper-efficient night, 11 of 21, while being guarded by OG Anunoby. That's an accomplishment. Dennis Schroeder came in, gave you really good minutes, picked up on Brunson, hit that big 3 at the end of the game. So just from top to bottom, everyone came in and contributed. So I just think, they're a tougher team. They're defensively, they're sure. Rebounding is going to be there. It just is going to boil down to, can Cade be elite, and can the guys create, make shots off the advantages he creates?
I'm going to answer that first question for you. Yes. Cade will always be elite.
Yes.
He will be a top 10 player in the league next year. I'm not going to
Absolutely.
lie. He's like, even in the first game, it wasn't as efficient, but he still had 21 and almost 10 assists.
Mm-hmm.
The game 2, he said, I ain't passing y'all the ball no more.
No,
I'm about
for
to
real.
just go score. And it worked. He had, 30-something and over 10 rebounds.
Yeah, 33, 12 boards.
Like,
And there was a couple of times where he wasn't even getting at Brunson. He was just filleting Anunoby one-on-one.
and Anunoby's one of the best perimeter defenders in the league.
Cade is like that, man.
Yeah, I was about to say Detroit, like, just the way they play. And I don't have the utmost confidence in Karl Anthony Towns. So
Yeah.
they are taking advantage.
I'm liking Jalen Duren more.
Yeah, they taking advantage of him in that pick and roll.
Bad.
Like, it's. And you got two guys in probably your two most important positions. And they're just attacking. Like, you can't have two guys on the court that they're just like odd.
Right.
Milk and cookies. Like,
They look at them and see a cone.
No, for
man,
real.
they free points. And
Yo,
I'm not-
world.
and especially for a team that has no playoff experience, come in and like do that in game 1 in the Garden. I know they didn't finish the job, but like
Yeah.
that's your first playoff game for
Mhm.
damn near half the team.
Yeah.
You do that in the Garden,
Yeah.
yeah. Pistons,
Against a team
like,
that very experienced in the playoffs, I would say. I don't think. Well, very might be a strong word 'cause I don't think any of them went to the finals, but
OG.
a lot of them been to the.
OG
yeah,
got a ring.
OG does have a ring. A lot of them have been
And
to
Brunson-
the conference finals at least.
Brunson conference finals with the Mavericks
Mhm.
before he was traded. Cat conference finals, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
So
Just last year.
Mikal Bridges went to the finals too.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Josh Hart.
They
got
got
the experience.
experience.
They got experience. They Tom Thibodeau got experience in the playoffs. Well, so that basically is writing on the wall in the series. Pistons almost like I don't think they'll close out the series in 5, but Pistons in 6.
yeah, I like that.
We got to talk about Jalen Brunson.
Please.
24 of 54 to start this series. Asort Thompson box.
They had to foul him out. They literally had to give him 6, just so he could stop guard Jalen Brunson. Like it's that serious.
And also the foul baiting it's been kind of annoying. You know,
Kinda.
really annoying. You know, the head cocked back every time
Man,
he get
just-
hit. All right,
Every
bro.
time he get touched, he. Hey.
Oh my god.
And it's like the NBA said they weren't gonna keep calling that foul where they just come up and fake and then jump into the body, but Brunson gets it every time.
He jumped into Asor Thompson.
Literally.
What can Asor Thompson
Then
do
he
there?
gonna hold up the 6. That's some
Come
of the
on, bro.
softest shit ever. I'm
Come
not gonna
on,
lie.
Yeah, it'd be so lame. Cause like, man, you know that boy had you in prison.
He really did. He really
And
did.
I hate it because skill wise, like I love Jalen Brunson. He's so nice, especially from the mid range.
It's crazy.
He gets to that elbow with the
Mhm.
left is butter almost every time. But he foul based. It's like I get it, you're small and not really that athletic,
Mhm.
Man, he got about,
but you can still score.
got about 30 pounds on Thompson.
That's what I'm
Literally.
saying. Like, if he really wanted to, he can go out and get ethical buckets. You don't need to do this, bro.
It's annoying.
And low key, while we talking about it, Dusky hit on it, but Karl Anthony Towns, bro.
Hey,
Here, you can't be
they
bad
say it's
defensively.
APB out for cats.
You can't be bad on both sides. Like you got
10 points?
You got to do something.
They was checking you with Tobias Harris.
They said it's APB out on cat, man. Where you at?
10 points is crazy. 11 shot attempts is
Could have
crazy.
kept Julius
Come on,
Randle for
bro.
this.
Macau took 18 shots. You took 11? Bro, that's not what they paid you to be here doing.
Literally.
That's unacceptable. I don't care. At this point, like you said, I believe before game 1, Pistons in 6. But I don't care who in that building. They could put Anne Hathaway in there. They could put Suni Lee in there. Ain't nobody saving the Knicks.
Nah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's over in 5. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
If they don't win another game, I wouldn't be surprised because they finna go to the Detroit.
It's going to
Mhm.
be rowdy.
Oh my goodness,
It's going to be rowdy.
They so happy in Detroit right now, man. They good at sports again. They shouldn't be jumping.
I don't know if I would say sports to get at basketball again. Nah, the
Football,
Lions.
Lions
Main two,
I'm not talking
two that
about-
people care about.
And baseball. The Tigers just I'm tripping.
Yeah, I was about to say, man.
Detroit Sports
jumping.
City again though.
Hey, they putting money in the city.
Hey,
Hey, they put money in the city. They over there rebuilding stuff.
Right.
I got to give a shout out to Jalen Duren too.
Mhm.
Game 1, he was a little iffy, only 7 points. 6
That's
boards. But game 2, he stepped up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I always love Jalen Duren.
12 points, 13 boards, 4 offensive boards, and they all huge.
Yep.
And he would switch on to Brunson. I remember one specific possession late in the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
They got the switch that I guess they wanted, and they had him on Brunson, clamped him, got the jump ball and everything. That's great hoops.
If the Knicks can't press an advantage out of that, they are in extreme danger.
Mhm.
If Brunson can't mismatch Hunt, it's over.
Yeah.
It's gonna be it might be 5 games for real. Like,
Honestly,
Because honestly, I don't think he can mismatch him. I think everybody they put out there
Can
all
defend.
5 can guard him.
yeah.
they was trying to get him Malik Beasley.
I was about to say
He was
that's
sitting.
the weakest link, but he was sitting
he was
too.
sitting. So
Yeah, I think like the last thing I'm gonna say about the Pistons, and I just think what also sets them over the edge is, yes, their physicality, but their speed
Mhm.
and their stamina as well.
mm-hmm.
Because they can put guys in to give their starters a breather. I don't know if the Knicks can really say the same.
Right.
And we've seen it. Like, once it gets late in the game, they are tired. Now, game 1, they had that 21-0 run. They strung together, but they could not replicate that in game 2. And that's showing signs of vulnerability.
Right.
But, yeah, I like it in 5 or 6. Honestly, I'm going to say 6.
So,
Just to give a little cushion, you know, but I like 5.
Yeah, because closing out in the garden gonna be hard.
very.
How about the Warriors stealing one in Houston? Hey, they saying Steph Curry is to Houston like LeBron is to Toronto.
That's not crazy.
It might be true. I'm not going to
It's
lie.
not crazy.
I mean, he got real ownership in that city for a decade now, man. Like,
New regime, it's new players.
Not even just the Rockets, though. Ime Udoka. He went up 2-1 in the finals, and he beat the Warriors again since.
like you said, we done seen a couple presidents. Like, you know, it's a little
Couple
scary,
coaches, couple presidents. Don't matter if James Harden.
right?
There's
It
probably
don't matter
on
who
3
it
different
is.
teams, and he's still on the Rockets.
And Loki, this man is 37 years old. We gotta talk about that.
Yeah.
Longevity is ridiculous.
Like his game is just so tailored to where he can play forever.
Mhm.
Bro.
And the cardio stamina it takes to play the style that he does.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't realize that. They think he just come up and shoot threes. Nah, he.
No, he's
You just
running,
watch Steph Curry for one
He's
possession.
running.
You would like, imagine guarding that.
I wouldn't guard him.
Like you gotta,
No.
because you gotta pick him up like the 3-point line on y'all side of the basket. So you gotta, as soon as he passes the ball, you better start running.
I'm pulling the 09 Saints. We gonna get him out the game.
Curry rules finna be in effect.
he gonna get hit, bro.
Hey, he
As soon
come
as
in-
he throw up a 3.
Nah,
elbow.
he better stay on that 3-point line. He come in his paint. He getting
Yeah, it's
he
over.
getting lit up.
Breaking news: Steph Curry out for the rest of the season. That's what's gonna happen.
Nah, that's
'Cause I'm not
like-
chasing you around.
No.
No,
bro.
The addition of Jimmy Butler has just been so beautiful for the
Yes.
basketball team. Like,
Every time I get the chance, I'm gonna throw that on Czar, man. I'm telling you,
hey, you
bro.
cooked on that one. I was very unsure about that.
nah, me too. I was hating.
and
shout
you was
out
like,
Jimmy.
it's gonna work. I was like,
Shout
all right.
out Jimmy, man.
Yeah, it works.
I don't know. I still think Houston got some fight in them.
I think so.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
for as bad as it seemed, they lost by 10 points.
Yeah, I was about to say it's one game,
Right.
and I mean they're two probably best scorers in Fred VanVleet and Jalen Green. They both shot tour dates. I don't know if that's gonna happen again with Fred. Jalen, I don't know. We're gonna have to see. I don't think he's gonna put up another tour date. I don't think he's gonna put up some great games, but
3
I
of
don't
15
think-
is great.
yeah, I don't think Fred is gonna shoot that bad again.
I hope not.
He's also been in the playoffs before. He got a ring.
13 3-point attempts is kind of a lot.
They try. No, I
It
hate
is
when
a
people
lot.
do that because they try to play Curry's game against
Yeah.
Curry. Like you've seen that just doesn't work.
Yeah.
The Rockets need to play their game, which is strong, physical basketball. How do you let the Warriors? Did they completely out rebound them, or was it like just close?
Let's see. Actually, Houston out rebounded them by 16.
Whoa!
So we might be in some trouble here. But
Nah, series over.
I mean, what they went 6 of 29 from 3, which is horrific,
Nah, but I'm not.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's terrible.
and 11 of 20 from the free throw line.
Ah, yeah, you're not
man.
gonna win no games like that. So if they can right there, like that was just a terrible game. But like we said, experience. That's a lot of them boys' first game.
Exactly.
And to go against a team like that, your first time, it's
Like,
hard.
Arguably one of the greatest dynasties. Obviously,
It's
the
hard.
greatest dynasty of the last decade, but one of ever.
Yes.
I think we see more Steven Adams minutes tonight because, especially when Golden State tries to go small, they don't have a soul that can rebound with him. Draymond's too small. Jimmy's too small. And, I mean, they going to hunt him on the defensive end, but that's what comes with it. But he going to create 2, 3, 4 offensive rebound opportunities. So I think him being out there extended minutes might be their pathway back into this series.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, nobody can guard Stephen Curry, but to have Amin Thompson out there, somebody who's gonna be able to at least run with him, that's like a big help.
I'll die with that. Like, that's cool. If we're going to lose that way, I'll lose with Amen Thompson sticking
Right.
Steph. Like,
Right.
that's all right.
Because at the end of the day, they genetically different.
Yeah,
They
very.
genetically different. They was made in the lab.
They guard 2 of the best offensive guards in the league right now.
Mhm.
Year
Even
two.
though Jalen Brunson is unethical, he's still a very skilled point guard.
He is.
But yeah, I feel like Steph took that 3-point game personally.
Very.
He was like, "Y'all ain't doing that again." He went out
Very.
there and dropped 35 efficiently too.
Yeah, that's a dog, man. Him and Jimmy, that's just your star talent showing out.
Yeah,
And like you both talked about, the fit is just perfect.
I think it works so well because he's a guard who can score, but is also a really good defender, and
Mhm.
that's what they had in Clay. And obviously,
Right.
Clay's was more skewed towards offense, but
Mhm.
he defended Kyrie.
Right.
And he
did a
always
great
defended the other team's primary guard. He used to guard James Harden.
Mm-hmm.
So I think replicating that is what got them over that hump because they were looking really bad
Yeah.
before the trade deadline.
I'm interested with Jimmy, what their approach is, because you saw them put a big on him and sit pretty far back, dare him to shoot threes, but he still kind of found his way to the mid-range, got to his spots, and just was a shot maker from there. But how did they try to slow him down? They put Fred VanVleet on Draymond to start the game. So I just think there's a lot that Houston can do with schemes and then matchups. And because Udoka got to adjust, man. If you go out twice and Curry filleted you in 2 series, like, defense is your calling card. You got to make something. You got to adjust here.
And
in
he
game
has
two.
the tools defensively. He has the personnel defensively to, like, they should be able to figure something out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be an interesting series. Yeah, I mean, we saw it in game 1. But what I think might be the most competitive series, Clippers and Nuggets.
Yeah.
Both of those games were decided by a possession or two. The first game went to overtime.
Shout out Russell Westbrook, man.
Shout out Kawhi Leonard. Whoever worked on his knees, go ahead and retire him with pension. Like
For real.
millions of dollars
Yeah.
of pension. Because there's no way Kawhi should have came back at all. But especially, he looks, dare I say, the best he has in his career. Maybe you could say 2019 Raptors. But
There's an argument
I think
to be made.
offensively, this might be the best Kawhi Leonard we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's handling the ball like James Harden. He's shooting the ball like Steph Curry. And he's attacking the rim like Bron.
It's
Like,
crazy.
Yeah, they said we're going to have some real uncomfortable conversations if the Clippers win the ring this year.
I mean,
Kawhi top 10 on
his legacy is going to be so confusing because he's going to have, if they win that, that'll
gonna have
be 3
three
finals
finals
MVPs, 4 rings,
2 Defensive Player of the Years.
but only like 12,000, 18,000 career
I
points.
think Tobias Harris got more points than he do all time.
Yeah.
It's
And they
crazy.
said
They said he
Antoine
showed-
Walker got more.
They said he showed up when it's time to play.
No, for real. Like,
I mean, and it works. It works.
Mhm.
He had 21 at half in game 2
Nah,
and
just
finished with 39
yeah.
Imagine if
efficiently, too.
Like, I'm just sitting here thinking, imagine if he never, like if he just would have normally, like, just a normal career, he didn't get hurt as much. I say the Clippers probably would have been more competitive in these past couple years. That year when San Antonio almost knocked out Golden State,
Yeah, I think they would have.
they might have won that year. He'd really be like a 5-time champion. Right
Also,
now.
that
he'd
year,
be considered one of the best players of all time.
He'd be top 5.
That year-
just because of the way he plays both sides of the ball, he'd probably have 2 more DPOI.
yeah, for real.
And the reason they gave Iguodala the Finals MVP was garbage, by the way, but they gave it to Kawhi for that same reason in 2014. Deservingly, though. He really did shut down Bron. Like, we saw it in the clip. Bron looked at the he looked at the scores table. He was like, shit.
Like, he's really one of the greatest talents
of all time.
Yeah. Just one of the greatest ball players, you know. He might
He's a
be
fun
the
guy.
greatest, but he a hooper.
So, how do we feel about the Nuggets, though? It's looking like it's just Jokic out there, honestly. I mean,
Westbrook.
and Westbrook. Because why is Michael Porter? Why do you barely get hit and you just lay down on the court and in a critical possession in the fourth, where Norman Powell hits that three and they go up, I think 5 or 6,
Yeah.
and that was the game. Whereas if he just got back up or didn't fall at all and just played defense, I don't think that would happen.
I think this is like a sub point. It kind of goes back to the foul baiting, but guys really do believe, and it works sometimes. If you just lay there, they might review the call or follow up. But that wasn't the time, bro. It wasn't a dead ball.
And
Ball
you're
ain't go out of
Michael Porter
bounds.
Jr., bro. You don't have that whistle. Get up. Like, genuinely. Like, we just talked about it earlier. Like, Bron did that, and it works because he's LeBron James. You were Michael Porter Jr., bro. Get up and play defense.
Nah, I think Denver's stuck in basketball predatory because there's nothing they can, like, financially, there's just nothing they can do.
Yeah.
The owner don't want it bad enough. You better go into that
Clearly.
apron tax, bro. He not trying to spend.
Nah,
So
they said Milwaukee and Denver the same. They won a ring and
Nah,
They finna
Milwaukee is like Phoenix. They don't got no picks, no assets at all except Giannis.
But you could tell they don't really care. They hired Doc Rivers. Like, they don't really care about what
And
they
Darvin
do.
Ham.
Right.
Bro, they got their ring, bro. They don't care.
Exactly. They do
Clearly.
not care, bro. They do not
They
care.
got their ring of the century. Maybe they'll get one in another 50.
But Jamal been decent, but like, you need him to be great.
Yeah.
9 of 17, solid night, 23 points. But unfortunately, he just set the bar so high for himself with those bubble runs.
I guess the bubble just really had an effect on him because
Man,
he ain't played the same since.
tell him to pretend like he playing against the Lakers if y'all want to win. 'Cause
Man,
The Nuggets go so crazy when they see them
So
gold
crazy.
jerseys, man.
he get plus
Everybody
10
step
boost
up.
on every attribute.
They be in Hollywood acting crazy.
So I just think he set the bar so high, and you need to get back to being like close to 30 a night in the postseason. Like, they need that.
Because he's supposed to be
Right.
robbing the Luka to Joker's Batman, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was another thing I was interested to see. I'd be hating a little bit, but Jokic, you gotta defend. And in this series, the Clippers, whenever they get to the pick and roll, whenever they get to the paint, it's caused Denver a lot of problems.
Barbecue chicken.
He don't like basketball enough to play defense, man. He's not there for that. He ain't there for all that.
He gonna
For real.
score and get assists.
Exactly.
The rest of y'all play.
Y'all defend, bro. But shout
I'll
out
get y'all the
Russ,
ball.
too, man. Yeah.
Y'all gotta stop him.
Nah, because Zubac is underrated now. He's
yeah.
one of the best centers.
I think he's an MIP finalist.
Nah, he's one of the best centers in the game.
Yeah.
He really is.
That's crazy, man. But yeah, shout out Westbrook, man.
He done made some big shots. Played
Doubt it.
really good defense in game 1 at the end there. And
But they don't got heart like him.
That man's name is Westbrook.
Let's play on basketball. You need somebody with some heart. Got a family.
Yeah, I'm excited about that series. What do y'all think? I think it's Clippers in 7.
7.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 7.
Clippers in 7.
I think this will be the only series I go 7.
I can see that.
We skipped past the Warriors and Rockets, but what do y'all predict?
Warriors in 6.
Maybe Dubs in 5. I just don't know if Houston can make enough shots
Hmm.
to.
And like the inexperience is there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 6. Dubs in 6. But while I brought up the Lakers, they got dominated in game 1.
Mm-hmm. That was bad.
What happened? Like, did the Wolves just play that good, or were the Lakers just not that great?
I think they just had a historic shooting night, and with Ant and really that entire team having the run that they did last year. You come into these series knowing how aggressive you need to be in game one on the road. Historic shooting night. And at that point, the job's done. You stole one in L.A.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you came there to do. And I think they did a good job of exposing the matchups in game one with Austin Reeves, Luka, occasionally LeBron, getting them on ball, forcing them to guard. Now, J.J. Redick adjusted very well, but I just think you saw them capitalize, come out with a good game plan, and then have a historic shooting night. That was really the key to
They said Julius Randle not hitting 4 threes again.
And he won't.
Said Nas Reed not hitting 6 threes again.
No.
I don't think Nas Reed.
I don't know about 6, but he can shoot that thing.
But DaVinci had an off night, though. DiVincenzo. He had an off night that game one.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, this series is interesting.
it's like so.
When we were doing our predictions, I have the Wolves in 7. Actually, no, I think I said either team in 7.
Yeah.
Because I genuinely, I don't know. I can't predict it. But when you have LeBron James and Luka Doncic on one offense,
That's a lot.
that's
to deal
scary.
with,
I
bro.
mean, Luka just had a near triple-double.
Yeah.
He's so unreal. Like,
It's crazy. Until he got a guard. Then
hey,
it's
European
free.
boys don't play defense.
Then it's so free.
Yeah. I think JJ came out with a really good game plan. And also, I think LA got away with a bit of fouling. You can call it physicality because they're not known as a good defensive team. And they was playing football to start that game, bro. They wasn't letting Julius Randle get nowhere without a body on him. But
Home cooking.
you gotta get away with what you can. And so I thought the defense was a lot better. Shout out Gabe Vincent. Like, first time maybe anyone has said that in maybe a year plus. He played great basketball in game one.
Ever since the finals, what was that, 21, 22?
Nah.
Where he been at?
Exactly. So he came out first quarter, knocked down 2 threes, took a charge, played some really good on-ball defense. And this is going to be a tough series for Ant and Julius Randle because they're going to load up.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to send a lot of help, be in the gaps. So it's on them to make good decisions, not turn the ball over. Julius, he had a decent night, but I just want to see him get to the rim even more. There was a couple of times he had Bron straight up, took him to the bucket. If you can take Bron to the bucket, you can take anyone on that roster to the bucket. So be aggressive. And it's just unfortunate that they have a center that LA feels so comfortable switching on. They had Austin Reeves duck in, and they didn't get him the ball. That's disrespectful. But, like, I understand why they don't pass it to him, because he can't catch and he can't finish at the rim.
It's
So,
like so pathetic how bad he is.
Bro.
Like,
what does he do in the offseason? Who's his trainer, bro?
nothing. He don't do nothing.
We just go back home to France and chill.
I play defense. I block.
And I'm like,
Why are you airballing layups?
Like,
Come on, bro.
you're like he does not have to jump to. Just
I was about to
dunk
say,
the
you
ball.
reach up and you can touch the rim, bro.
Like, it just don't make no sense.
it was a disgusting play last night. Ant drove, they helped. He get it to Rudy, and Rudy tried to reverse, like you said, all air, bro. And I'm like,
That's why Donovan Mitchell averaged 0.5 passes to him, man.
Man,
and y'all tried to slander Mitchell for that. He just knew before y'all was hit,
I'm
bro.
not giving Rudy the ball.
No,
No.
he can't score on a 6'2" guard.
Nah, that's actually so sad.
And then it's like, everybody's like, oh, but on defense, bro, they are attacking this man. Like, they try to switch and get him to guard Luka, and it's free bucket every time.
And the crazy thing is he's only, like you said, only good at like one area of defense. You can't just say he's
Because like I'm not even sure if he's a crazy rebounder. Like, is he decent? I know he's
some
He
nights
can rebound.
He
Some
can.
night- I
but
know some
he
nights-
had 6 tonight.
Like,
That's not good.
horrible.
DFS ran a lot of minutes at center, and they had Jackson Hayes. You should be getting 12.
Yeah, bro. He messed up the trade market. 4 first-round picks and some more from him, bro. They was just thinking everybody had to go like that. Nah, Minnesota dumb.
He really did. permanently cause damage to the
trade
NBA
market,
economy, bro. Like,
Minnesota's just dumb because they get him,
And
and
that's
then
not the first time he
they
caused
back it
permanent
up.
damage to the NBA. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm sick. Touch all the mics. Now you got the league canceled. Yeah, I hate Rudy Gobert.
they back it up by going to get Julius Randle. Somebody needs to do something in that front office, bro. He's got to be getting good money.
Literally.
once again, they don't care.
Alex
they
Rodriguez,
don't care.
bro, go back to baseball.
Yeah. Free Ant, man. Free Ant, bro. He don't deserve this. He deserved to be in a culture that care about
Man, he
winning.
deserved to be somewhere he could be a star, man. Send him to Atlanta with Trae Young, bro.
That's
go.
better. That's better.
You know he
than
would
him,
love to
bro.
go home, too.
Let him go to Atlanta, Trae.
Mike Conley finally aging too. Like, it's really kind of crazy to see.
That one's kind of sad to see.
It's sad,
man.
bro.
Nat Legend, too.
Yeah, like, dang, he just don't got it like that no more. You know,
Because last year he had it.
He was
hitting
really
big
good,
shots in
yeah.
the playoffs.
It was dumb.
he 0-5 tonight. 21 minutes. Yeah, he took the fitness class with Kyle Kuzma, man. Got his money's worth.
Out there running suicides.
Hey, shout out to him, man. He did his due diligence in the league, man. Don't compare him to Kyle Kuzma.
Green grind. So, how y'all predicting the series outcome? I'm gonna say Lakers in 7 now, just off of what I saw in game 1 and 2.
Yeah, Lakers in 7. Luka and LeBron, like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
And then
The
we
other
know
team got
Reeves
Julius
is bound
Randle.
for a 30-point game too.
Yeah.
The other team has Julius Randle and Rudy Gobert.
Literally.
Not just one, but both of them.
Both.
That's an insane combination. But I'm gonna go Lakers in 6 or 7. So
Yeah. How about Celtics and Magic?
Let's get the brooms out.
oh,
I don't know about all that.
I'm just playing. I ain't even watched
I can see the upset,
You see the upset?
especially because
for the series.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
as of right now, Tatum is doubtful.
Oh,
Oh, he's hurt?
Yeah, I saw that. Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Now, obviously, by the time this come out, the game 2 would have already transpired. But let's pretend like it's not. I mean, the Magic are so physical. Like the Celtics are calling it fouling, which I mean,
Yeah, a little bit it is. Like, yeah, it is.
a little bit. But I mean, hey, it's playoff basketball,
Right.
man. Let's get physical.
Exactly.
Like Al Horford talking about it irks him. Shut up, you old. And then, I mean, Tatum's soft, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Get up, bro. You see Mazzulla yelled at him. He was like, bro,
Get up.
Get up. But honestly, I think with or without Tatum, the Celtics can still easily win this game and the
Yeah,
series.
I'm
'Cause, I mean, we
saying-
saw that in game. We saw it in game 1.
They just won by 20, and you predicting the upset. I'm confused.
You didn't watch the game.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta break it down for me.
The Magic weren't they up
At half, yeah.
at half?
By 1.
And it was a
Probably dropped 36. They
yeah.
lost by 20. France dropped 23.
It's because Pritchard and Derek White combined for like 40, 50 points.
Yeah.
They are the reason that the Celtics won. Because Tatum and Brown didn't even play
Oh
well.
my God, Jason Tatum sucked.
Yeah.
So did Jalen. Porzingis was terrible.
Yeah, the starters suck. But I think if the Magic find a way
They
to
played that bad. And they
limit
won by
their
20.
role players, though, that's the thing. Like the Celtics, they're probably the deepest team in the league.
You have to think
That's
they played
why.
that bad and they won by 20. You think they gonna keep
Bro.
playing that bad?
You didn't even watch the
I'm
game.
just saying, like, I don't know.
You are the definition of a box score watcher.
Hey, I don't know. Colin, give me some insight. I'm tripping.
I think the Magic can make it competitive. Especially, yeah, depending on the health of Tatum, bro, and his wrist. But it's tough because they don't got nobody that can make shots. It's Houston, but like a little worse because they don't even have a traditional point guard. They don't have a Fred VanVleet that can come in and set the table and get Pablo and Franz some easy looks. We was talking about it on one of the lives, like Corey Joseph playing big minutes for you in 2025 is crazy. Like, I remember him like 2K15. Like,
bro.
that's a throwback. So
Playing with the pace.
I ain't gonna backtrack my statement. I will say maybe series upset is a strong prediction.
Like, I don't know.
But I can see it being competitive. It's not going to be a sweep.
Yeah, I can see it being competitive.
I don't see a sweep.
But, like, he just predicted the upset. They lost by 20.
Here you go again, bro.
I'm
You
tripping.
didn't even watch the game. If you would have watched it, you would have seen that the Magic showed how they can beat Boston in multiple
'Cause they
games,
hit
not
the
just
glass.
game one.
They hit the glass. Oh my goodness. That's really what kept them alive in the first half. They weren't hitting shots, but they was getting 2, 3, 4 offensive rebounds, and like you said, defensively off the charts, the physical. But now you don't have to worry about a guy like Tatum. So that shifts everyone roles. Everyone got to be more of a creator than what they typically are. Hit a few more shots than they normally do. So if Tatum's not healthy, I think it's a chance. I think it's a possibility. It's not high, but like
Yeah.
it's a possibility.
I think their biggest strength, I mean, like you already said, is defense.
Mm-hmm.
The Celtics are such a dynamic offensive team where all 5 guys, no matter who's on the court, they can go score.
Yeah.
And I think the Magic are the opposite of that. They have all 5 guys who can just consistently switch
Right.
and guard everybody.
Yeah.
Now, they also are kind of the opposite of that on offense.
Yeah.
Because it's just give the ball to Paolo or Franz and move out the way.
Literally. That's it.
But I think both of them are skilled enough and capable enough to replicate that for multiple games, especially Paolo.
I think so.
So,
yeah.
I think it's possible, but I'm going to still say Celtics in 6, okay? Maybe 5. But I'm not going to rule out the Magic being competitive.
And I think also with game 1, you gonna have a better performance from Franz. 10 to 24 is rough. 1 to 6 from 3, 5 turnovers. I think at some point in the series he's gonna have one of those nights. He's gonna take off. And I think, not saying Paolo gonna have 36 every night like you said, but he can keep up a high level of play versus anyone. He's that good. So I'm gonna go Celtics in 5. Oh, that being said, I'm gonna go Celtics.
Right.
In 5.
I was about to say that. I'm so confused. Bro. He just said he predicted the upset, and then he's gonna say Celtics in 5 or 6. Like hey, y'all throwing me off, man.
Anyways, he competed for 3 quarters, but, I mean, it was always going to be the Cavs.
Yeah.
By a lot, too.
Mhm.
That one, you see, I almost forgot to even bring up the series.
Yeah.
Because that's the most clear sweep to me.
We
out
will
of
be
every
skipping that
single
one
game.
tonight.
Nah, that's not the most clear sweep.
What?
Okay, see, Memphis is
Oh,
always
yeah,
clear.
See, that's what I'm saying. I forgot about that series already. We just talked about it.
Low key, they should
That-
mercy
like,
rule
in my
that series.
in my head, that series is already over.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, man, Mercy rule definitely need to come into play. Man.
Yeah.
That's just so sad.
They might as well say y'all don't even need to book y'all flight to Memphis.
There's abuse at this
Man,
point
let's
if
just
you
play
let
the
this
rest
go
of the games
on.
here at this
Right.
point.
Just go ahead and go relax and get ready for the Nuggets or the Clippers. But I think what separates the Cavs from a lot of teams is also their depth. I mean, Ty Jerome, bro. He came in the game and put up
Man.
1,000 points on the
He
Heat.
got to it.
Yeah, the Cavs are special. I mean, we're going to have to – their ceiling is high.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they do got to run into them Sirs next round, but
That's
we
gonna
can
be
get back
serious.
into that next week.
Yeah.
Before we leave the NBA chatter, Peyton Pritchard just won 6th Man of the Year. It was announced yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Rightfully so. I mean,
Deserved.
Malik Beasley and Ty Jerome, those would have been good picks, don't get me wrong, but it was Pritchard
Mhm.
the whole season. And, I mean, we saw it in the voting. I think he had like 80-something first place, and Malik Beasley had 14.
Right.
And that was 2nd place. So, we just got to wait and see the rest of the awards. But let's talk about WrestleMania. I think it was a pretty good weekend of wrestling. Night 1 was a little iffy at
Mhm.
times, but night 1 cooked. Night 2 definitely cooked. And we have to talk about Raw after, too.
Man.
'Cause that was one of the best Raw after WrestleManias
That was crazy.
I've seen in a decade.
That was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But let's just jump right into night 1, man. Jey Uso wins his first heavyweight title.
Yeah.
How we feeling?
You can go for
I mean, I thought it was a decent match. I ain't gonna complain about it. I don't like that they had Gunther tap that fast though. Like I understand, like in the past he's tapped that fast before, but I think for Mania, like he should have went to sleep on that one, in my opinion.
I don't like Gunther losing by submission at all.
Yeah.
Pin him.
Yeah.
Because his whole thing is like that he's so dominant and such a great in-ring performer. Why would he tap out to someone whose bag isn't even that deep? I love Jey Uso, but since when does he submit people?
Yeah, they could have did more.
Yeah, I was a little confused by it. I guess storyline, there's a bit of continuation there, you know, with Gunther having all the skill, but not just having the dog that Jey Uso got. So I get it from that angle, but at the same time, I think we all would have wanted to see a Uso splash, give him the 1, 2, 3.
Literally.
Like, submitting someone is cool, but unless you're a certified grappler, it just means more once you get the pin.
Yeah.
Hit your finisher, get the pin, and that's a better way. But shouts to Jay. I knew people was already hating on it. Like, they didn't really want to see, a lot of people didn't want to see Jay as champ. But I'm excited for it. I think it should be a pretty fun run.
Yeah, I'm happy Jay won. Like, I'm going to get that out there. I'm mad at the way he won. 'Cause I'm a Gunther fan. But I'm not going to lie. The second match of the night, New Day and War Raiders, I was watching the playoffs.
Didn't watch.
Same,
I didn't watch that.
same.
I mean, shout out New Day, though.
Oh, they won.
Yeah.
Cool.
Shout out New Day, man. And I mean, especially heel champion New Day.
It's gonna
That's
be,
special.
It's going to be good.
But yeah, that.
I was at work when that match was going on. That's when I decided to actually do my job. I wasn't watching that. I wasn't about to watch that.
Yeah, I think I was watching the Knicks Pistons game
Yeah, I
one
was.
during the time.
I was tapped in.
That was good. Cargill and Naomi. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to watch this one, but I was still watching the playoffs because I think that was when the Knicks started their 21-0 run.
Same.
But when I watched it back, there was a few botches. More than a few botches, actually.
Yeah.
That match should have cooked, though, but, I love Jade, man, but it's starting to be a lot.
I think they could have gave this to Naomi and then just prolonged the little rivalry a little bit. But that's just, I don't know.
I think it's been weird the way that they've managed Cargill because they came out and were promoting her super hot. And then she's this long hiatus, after the tag team one with Bianca. And I just think it needs to be a situation where she's actually getting to wrestle more. Like, we don't ever see her wrestle. And like you said, I think some of those botches could be worked out because AEW works a very different style of wrestling than what WWE does. I think WWE's consistently a lot slower, more focused on storytelling. And it takes a while to get adjusted to that. So Get her in some type of program. Have her working for a mid-card title, U.S. title, Intercontinental title on the women's side. And then give her time to work her way up. So when she gets those main event matches in ring, she's actually worth it, Mm-hmm. She's still fine, though. Yeah.
Very. Both of them.
Had to add that in there.
Fatu and LA Knight. That was a good match.
Mm-hmm.
And we knew Fatu was going to win. I'm so happy he did, too. I mean, I like LA Knight, don't get me wrong. But I wanted Jacob Fatu because he's one of my favorite wrestlers on the roster.
Yeah.
I mean, he can do so much at such a high level. And he be talking trash. Like, I want them to really start giving him the mic like he had it independently.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want him to start cussing like he was, but I don't think Paul is going to go for that.
Especially
But either
now
way.
USA Network. Get him to Raw, though.
That's what I'm saying. Draft is coming up.
It might be up.
Draft is coming up. But, yeah, I like how they gave him a belt.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this allows LA Knight to go ahead and move up to the main card,
Mm-hmm.
which he's over enough, and he's good in the ring. He's good on the mic. Like, he deserves it. El Grande Americano defeated Ray Phoenix. I didn't watch this one. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Once again, did my job.
They did kind of mess me up with the playoffs being on at the exact same time as
Right.
WrestleMania, you know, but I didn't watch that one either. My fault.
Shout out Gable. I mean, Granite Americano though. The women's championship though, that was a great match. That was a great match, and I'm thanking the wrestling gods and Paul Levesque that he didn't have Charlotte Flair win that, because I would have been real mad.
That was a good match.
Shout out Tiffany, man. Great
She
match.
deserved
Tiffy
it.
Tony.
It really is.
That was a great
Really
match.
good match.
I can't lie.
And it was like great in-ring storytelling to go with it. And I mean, it was just a good match. I was excited about that one. But let's talk about the beautiful, cinematic, poetic triple threat, man.
My Tribal Chief.
Seth Rollins turns out to be the orchestrator, the architect that he always was.
Before we talk about the actual match, though, can we talk about that CM Punk entrance?
That was
Goosebumps.
That was tough.
that was fire.
Goosebumps. I kind of wish when they played this Fire Burns, he came out and entered to that, because that's my favorite CM Punk theme. But I love how he had Living Color come out and
That's-
perform it live.
That's fire.
That was hard. But yeah, let's talk about the match, man. Cook. We knew it was going to cook. I mean, these are three of the best wrestlers of the generation. I mean, that was the whole billing. But, wow, what a match, though.
Crazy. The spots were phenomenal. The one where Punk and Rollins are fighting ringside, and Roman just take off, clear the barricade,
Cleared it.
boom, dropped everybody. That was amazing. The finisher spots were impeccable. The way that they played off of each other's finishing moves,
The
was
GTS into the curve stomp.
crazy.
Yeah, that
and then
was
they
hard.
was all just laying there. That was perfect. That was perfect. Even the storytelling in the match, like the whole, like, he shouldn't be here. Let's get rid of
Yes.
him. He come over,
Pick him up.
and then like Roman is evolving. He not enough, but like he's still evolving. My dog picked up on that. I just thought this might be the greatest triple threat match I've ever seen live. I sat through and watched live. Like, it's that
great.
good.
That was tough. Damn.
That was special.
That match was special. But like, you knew it was gonna cook just based off who the three was, bro. Like, that was special.
I might still take Rey Mysterio versus Kurt Angle versus Randy at Mania.
I only
Over
said
that.
live that I've seen live.
I feel that, though. Yeah,
But
that's real.
I'm with you on that. That was all time great. That was a classic triple threat. But recently, I low key wish that was for a title. Oh my goodness.
I high key it. That's my only gripe about it. Like, I mean, granted, me and my brother were talking about this. Like, it's hard to introduce a title into that match, so
Right.
it makes sense that there wasn't one. But man, imagine if it was.
They might have put on more of a show.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like that,
Exactly.
man. That was tough.
But man, Paul Heyman, he's one of the GOAT heels.
No.
I feel like I said it was gonna happen on the episode last week, or like I saw something about it happening, but I was actually seeing it, I was still hurt.
Yeah, I know I predicted that he was gonna leave with Seth Rollins. I didn't know how it was gonna happen though.
I dang near cussed out a guess when I saw that. Man.
I just can't believe like everybody be turning their back on their tribal chief. And
Like, why are we doing this to him?
he just been betrayed over and over and
He
over
need to
again.
let me be
man.
his wise man, bro. I'm not
Right.
turning
I
my
would
back
never
on
turn
him.
my back on the
Never.
tribal chief. I had my ones up in my room
Like, I got the OTC shirt on right now, bro. Like,
Only
I'm not-
one in here that's not acknowledging their tribal chief is Darren Cobb. So
And I won't.
when
let
the tribal
that
chief
show.
pull up, I hope you get speared. That's all I'm saying.
People want to be different so bad.
Right.
I don't want to be different though. I never liked them.
That's a
And
shame.
everybody that has betrayed him except them two that left together in the ring, Seth and Paul Heyman, they all did it for a reason. So, I mean, it
Seth,
ain't like Roman ain't just get betrayed randomly by all these people.
Seth,
He bullied his little cousins, the twins.
but he brought
for
them up.
years.
He
Oh
brought
my
them up. We wasn't talking about main event Jey Uso before. He was the right hand man. Did Roman not say this in a promo? He was like, they don't even know you between you and your twin. Now he got a world championship off the feud that Roman built him up for. Come on, man. The island of relevancy is real. You got to acknowledge, bro. You got to acknowledge.
I'm asleep. I don't care at all. I'm not moved in the slightest bit.
I just want you to know, Tribal Chief, I acknowledge you.
I don't.
I acknowledge you, big bro.
I'll acknowledge Solo. No, I'm playing. That's too far. That's too far.
You guessed it. I ain't gonna lie.
Man, but y'all know Roman always been my least favorite out of the Shields. I don't care at all. Like,
I don't know why.
He's always that guy.
I'll
bro.
explain it again. Dean Ambrose is my favorite. John Moxley, I guess. And speaking of, it was hard how Seth Rollins was like, he said Mox. Like, he brought up Moxley. But, I mean, Dean Ambrose, he's lunatic French, bro. He come out there in a beater and some jeans and some boots and kick ass. Like, GOAT. And then Architect, Joker, Authority, I don't care. Seth freaking Rollins is that, bro. His bag's
He's so cool
deep.
because he cosplay Prince and wear women's clothing. Like, he not that cool, bro. He got an in-ring bag, but he's a lame. He's a goofy, and he's
Bro.
always been that, bro.
That gimmick was less than a year and a half.
Thank God they shut it down.
We talking about Architect and Authority, and now Seth Rollins. Okay,
But let's keep it a bean. I'm being very serious here. Before Roman came back, you had Seth. He beat Brock, and he was the man in the company. That's when the company was dang near at an all-time low. They was running the worst stuff. Views was terrible. People was
that's
really
Seth's fault.
He was the man. The company
That's
was on
Seth's
his
fault.
back. I'm not saying it's all Seth's fault.
Man, the
but look,
revisionist
When
look,
Roman was
history is
big dog, the
crazy.
views went back.
now wrestling is mainstream again, and that's in large part due to Roman Reigns. He backpacked the company for dang near 4 or 5 years now. I'm just saying. When Seth was the guy, the company was struggling, and that's not all his fault. Vince McMahon was still, doing what he do. But
So we gonna blame the in-ring talent for the material they giving. That's what we doing. Okay, I
I'm
get it.
just
Then
blaming
Seth
him-
Rollins is the reason.
I'm
I get it.
blaming him for
That's-
also being.
That's the criteria. Seth
See,
can
you're
be
not
the
listening.
No.
You're not
I'm blaming
listening.
him for not being the character and attraction that Roman Reigns is. Roman was working feuds with everyone from Rey Mysterio to Seth Rollins to Edge to Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt, and he made it important.
Thank you, Triple H, and thank you, WWE Creative. Wow, Seth Rollins had to work with Vince K. McMahon,
So Roman ain't have to work with him in both.
and it was horrible. Big Dog was a good gimmick. Big Dog was a good gimmick. Is that what y'all trying to tell me?
It was alright.
It was cool, like it wasn't the greatest, but
It was just Shield Roman without Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose.
Wait, hold on. Tribal
That's
had
what
a
y'all-
small little run with Vince.
he did though. He did.
Okay, I'll give y'all that. I'll give y'all that
It
1
was
year.
used
Still
like-
cooking.
I'll give you that 1 year in the Thunderdome. Okay, I hear you. But we gonna sit here and act like Triple H wasn't running that even then?
It's inconclusive. We don't know, bro.
He probably had a few.
Bro, y'all
hands
can't.
in it.
But hear me out, man. When Shield disbanded, Seth Rollins had his own thing. Granted, it was with the Authority, but even then, he became the Architect. Dean Ambrose had his own thing as a Lunatic Fridge. Roman was just the big dude that was in the Shield.
Big dog.
He's a big dog.
Kept
bruh.
the same Shield theme song and the same attire, except the R and the backwards R on his chest. Wow, what a gimmick! Get out of here, bro. But he's main eventing every single pay-per-view. That's horrible.
Okay, here's the thing, though. In all fairness, yes, especially straight out the gate, both of them had a better character run than what he did. But I think they saw Roman, like, I think it's fair that all of us can see he does have face of the company type
Oh, yeah.
potential. And so Vince McMahon tried to corporate package him into what he saw, and it didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
He still was winning titles, but it was like, at the end of the day, we don't really care all that much. But the
See,
second,
he was getting booed while he was supposed to be the babyface.
and that's right. But the second you give him some creative control, he literally gave us quite possibly the greatest long-term storyline in
Oh, yeah.
WWE history.
yes, I'll never deny that the whole tribal chief gimmick, the whole bloodline gimmick, is one of the best ever. Because that's when I can get behind Roman. Pause. I like that.
Whoa.
No, you good.
I like that though because now he doesn't look like he's still in the Shield.
Right. Mm-hmm.
He's not talking like he's still in the Shield, and he's talking like, bro, I'm literally better than you. Try me, and then he proves it. Like that's what I like to see, and I think that's just part of it. All of this might just be me hating.
Nah, you are.
You hating.
Like definitely.
Okay, I'm gonna accept that. I'm a hater, Hall of Fame hater, but I think it's because I've never really liked the faces. I've always been a heel guy, and that goes beyond wrestling. In movies and TV shows, I always like the villain. That's why, it goes into the John Cena hate. He's always the top guy. That's why I don't know why I'm a Cody fan. I mean, I do.
It's kind of wild.
It's before all the W, so that's why I like Cody so much.
Mm-hmm.
His promos now, he just come out in a slick 3-piece and talk about how
that boy be fit.
He be talking this. I ain't gonna lie. He was spitting against the John Cena.
Yeah, this feud, but I mean, a lot of times in the
any
Roman
other
feud, Roman would cook him on the mic, which is saying something. Because Roman on the mic, y'all gonna tell me that's great work?
Oh,
now
the current Roman,
yes,
it's phenomenal.
Okay.
Now
Right.
I'll give.
As I was saying it, I'm like, okay, Tribal Chief.
I'll give you
Roman
Big
is
Dog
tough.
Roman. Big Dog Roman was a tough listen.
He ain't know what to say on that mic.
Man.
He was struggling.
But yeah, I mean, like that's why, like as I was saying, like that's why I liked Roman as a Tribal Chief so much because he was a heel, and I feel like when you're a heel, you have more opportunity to have more personality.
You do.
Because when you're the baby face, you got to appeal to the children. And, if you're out there talking about, I hate you all, come try me, y'all suck and everything, that's not what parents want their kids to be a super fan of.
That's why I think the list of, like, charismatic baby faces, you got to look at guys like The Rock, still had Edge. You got to look at Shawn Michaels, the character that he created. Like, he can be someone that you can root for, but you still know, like, he's not the role model citizen.
Right.
Even at times Eddie, when Eddie had his babyface run, like, he's a dirty player, but, like, like you said, it's really difficult to carve out personality when you need to be a company guy at the same time. So I'm with you on that.
That's why I think Cody is kind of just cookie cutter now. Like, I'm ready for him to turn because when he was dashing and undashing Cody Rhodes, that was great work.
Yeah.
That's when I became a Cody fan. And then obviously his independent circuit in AEW, he was the bad guy.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see in the WWE. But I mean, his merch sales and everything, like they're gonna.
I really do need Homelander Cody. Like I feel like he could really wreck it.
Yeah.
It could be crazy.
But tangent aside, let's get over to night 2 reactions. Started with a great triple threat match, Women's World Championship. Io Sky keeps it after beating Rhea and Bianca.
That was amazing.
Great match. And can we talk about Bianca's entrance drip though? With all the flowers, that was hard.
Hey, see,
That was hard.
tough.
And I kind of wanted Bianca to win. We said that. I'm happy Io won, and
Very
I'm
happy Io.
very happy Rhea lost.
Yeah, real happy Rhea lost.
I think they're running themselves into a corner with the way that they book her. They book her so dominant. It just limits what's believable and what's not. If you're just trying to first access WWE and follow along, like, they kind of book her like they booked Kane in 97. Like, you couldn't believe anyone could ever beat Kane.
Right.
So I think they got to slow that down a little bit or, like, build out her character to expose some weaknesses.
I think they're
that would
about to
be
give her the
helpful.
Roman treatment because they built up Roman to be unbeatable. Like, even before, like, this is also what kind of made me mad about Roman. I don't want to get back into the whole side conversation about him, but he could always beat people by himself. Like, so when they started having everybody just start running in every single match, it's like, okay, bro. Like, is he really that dominant then? Like, I get it. It's kind of part of the story that he has his henchmen or whatever, but if he can't beat anybody by himself, he's not that dominant.
Right.
But I think what I say when they're about to give her that treatment is that ever since Roman lost the belt, they're showing that he's beatable.
Exactly.
Because has he won a match since? Like a solo match since?
I don't think so.
I think that's what they about to do with Rhea.
This is purely for the podcast, though, Roman. Like, I don't really agree with this, dude. But, you know, I just want to clear that up.
Second match of the night, another one I didn't even watch. The Sin City Street Fight.
No.
Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest. I guess Drew McIntyre won.
You want to talk about a
I
boring
forgot
character.
that. They should have started the night with that match.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I
who
didn't-
cares?
yeah, I don't-
I never liked his character. And for as lame as I
Which
thought, Drew McIntyre.
I don't like Damien's. I ain't gonna lie. I don't care.
Damien's
You don't
just-
like the Scottish Warrior?
Nah, it don't move me. You just angry and you a little bit edgy. We've seen you before.
Yeah. Ever since he started fighting CM Punk and stuff, like, come on, bro, we get it.
You
You
lame.
mad? You just sound like a jealous little brother.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
You
I
too
don't know.
big to be acting like this.
grow up, bro. and Damian Priest is just like corny.
Yeah.
Just kind of corny.
I hate when
But
he
they
say
call
he
him
from the streets.
bisexual Undertaker.
I hate when he say he from the streets and he a thug. You're not. Like, shut up.
Yeah, he need to stop that,
El
bro.
Campeon, shut up, bro. Please.
Yeah.
Because, like, in the past year, like, since he won the belt, he's gotten better in the ring. But before that, it was bad. It was hard to watch. So, I mean, like, he can wrestle now, but
Yeah.
let's change it up, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Bisexual Undertaker will always be funny though. I ain't gonna lie.
It is.
Like that's
It is.
crazy.
Crazy.
But then the WWE caught on to it, but they start calling him Emo Undertaker
Okay.
to try to take away from.
It is what it is now.
You
bro.
LGBT Undertaker, brother.
But
Oh my goodness.
they got to cooking in the match after that.
Man.
Fatal 4-way for the IC title. Cook. What a finish, too.
Yep.
But all four of them in the ring, like, they hooped.
Tough.
Penta, great introduction to WrestleMania.
Dog.
Finn Balor, kind of getting back to the Finn Balor we
Mm-hmm.
want to see. Ron Breaker, he gonna do what he gonna do. I mean, like, his athleticism is insane, though.
His spirit is. Oh,
He
His
got a
spears-
better spirit than Roman.
He has the best spirit in the company.
yeah.
In wrestling,
spirits-
period.
Yeah.
His spirits is like amazing.
Because it's like, his spirits look like it would, like, actually
Hurt.
really put you out. for a
He's
couple
off
months.
the
Really flies.
ground, vertical, like not vertical, parallel to the floor.
Literally. The way he ran across the barricade, across the announce table to spearing, that was tough. The
Yeah,
spots in that match were great.
really good.
But I really like the finish. You got Dominic Mysterio, clean 619.
Mm-hmm.
He's about to hit the splash. And here comes Finn Balor, who's supposed to be his guy. Takes his legs out from under him, and Finn Balor hits a beautiful coup de grace. And then Dom hits another splash on top of Finn while he's pinning him, and pins Finn to win it. That's special.
That's
That was
beautiful.
amazing.
Dom deserves this. Man.
Yeah.
Was about
This is
to
a
go
long
back to the
time.
back and comes back in the ring.
Literally, they had him
That was
come
tough.
back. Like, that was hard. That was hard. And the pop for him winning the belt, like, Dom is very over.
Very. Like,
Like, to the point where he gets her face any day now.
yeah, absolutely. Because you like, there's different types of heat. You know, like Nia Jax run, like people actually didn't like her at all. Not just for being a heel, they just didn't like her.
Right.
They love his gimmick so much. You know, the second, like you said, the second he turns babyface, and he's starting to get really, really good in the ring too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think one day, like a world title reign isn't out of the question. I think he's
Yeah.
that good of an in-ring talent. So
Yeah, I can see him winning a Rumble in the next couple of years.
yeah, for real.
Because I think they're going to, I feel like they're trying to, like, parallel his career with his dad's.
Mm-hmm.
Because Ray won his first solo belt at WrestleMania, and it was IC as well,
Mm-hmm.
in a Fatal 4-way.
That's crazy.
So, but yeah, it was special, and I really liked the segment after that where they had my goat come out there and she open challenge, and no one knew who it was going to be. Everybody was predicting all this, and then you hear to say his name and he appears, and he came out there.
That was fire.
I believe it. Like, that was hard, man. I love the term, man.
I
But-
love it.
and like it was short. Don't get me wrong, and I mean we knew Randy wasn't gonna lose, but
Right.
it was still a low key good match.
That's what I think. It was the perfect. It served its purpose perfectly.
Right.
short match, but you got a chance to see what Hendry can do. He's talented, athletic, and man, that RKO.
Yeah.
Shout out to Hendry for not looking at Randy. Like,
Right.
that's what made it so fantastic. Because you clearly, like, the framing on the shot was beautiful.
Yeah, shout out
It was
cameraman and
out
the
of
director
nowhere.
in the back, man.
That was impeccable work, man.
Because you had the close up on Hendry after he turned and then RKO out of nowhere. Like,
Ugh.
that's one thing. Like, I think RKO is probably the best finisher ever. And I think they've done so well at building around the mythos around it. Like, you know how it's always RKO out of nowhere. So ever since that really became like an internet meme, they play right into it.
It's perfect.
And I love how he like picked him up, had everybody cheer for him and RKO's him again. Like, it's my GOAT, man.
Shout out Randy.
And then did his turn.
And did the turn, had his own pose. Like, that was hard. Turn the TV off for the next match, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, get this shit out my face.
Logan Paul, AJ Styles.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't paying attention.
Like, they had Logan
They disrespected
do the intro like it was a vlog. Then they have Logan win it. It's so annoying.
They
yes.
disrespected AJ for real.
Logan
Yeah,
won.
if I'm AJ, I'm retired.
I think
I don't work too hard.
he Styles clashed him, but then AJ Styles clashed him back with then somebody interfered. I don't even know who it was. And AJ hit him with brass knuckles, and then Logan won.
We went from this being the house that AJ Styles built to him losing to Logan Paul.
Logan Paul.
Nah, I ain't coming back from injury to lose to Logan Paul.
Literally.
My ego might be just too high for that. But
That prime money can't be that good, bro.
It's not.
It can't be.
I refuse to believe it. I heard the Drake suck. It's not even
It's
good.
not good.
Bro, it's not.
It's literally not good. It's only good if you ain't drank anything all day
Yeah.
and it's cold. Even then,
Even then, you got to sip of it.
and then it's like,
They one of the
ugh.
ones you chugging.
Get chuck it.
I like the women's tag team championship. I like Becky coming back,
That was cool.
and I wish my wife and her tag didn't have to lose.
You gotta
But
stop saying my wife.
what y'all gonna do about it? What?
I know.
All right.
But I do like Becky coming back because it's been too long, and Becky's like out of them 4 horsemen that I guess revolutionized women's wrestling. She's my second favorite,
Sasha first.
easily.
Dub. I respect.
Mercedes Moné, to be exact.
I heard she's single now.
Bet.
My fault.
Bet.
She was with a dude that worked costume design for WWE.
I know.
Got off topic though.
I think it was a good match though. We'll talk about the aftermath in a second, but let's talk about that main event, man.
I got mixed feelings.
Okay. John Cena wins his 17th, breaks Ric Flair's title.
Mm-hmm.
Now, before we get into the finish, which is everybody's problem, I'm assuming is y'all problem with it too.
Yeah.
The match itself, though, like, can we talk about John Cena's in-ring heel storytelling? Because y'all know I'm a John Cena hater, but I was rooting for him this match over my dog Cody, because it was the slow-paced, villainous grinning he was doing, bro. Like, he was whooping Cody and laughing about it. We've never seen John Cena do that. At least as Hustle, Loyalty, Respect John Cena.
Right.
Like, and I think what highlighted it was the 5-knuckle shuffle for real. Because, usually when he does that, he'll, like, do the shoulder checks fast and then the drop fast. But no, he shoulder checked him, walked around him, laughed, said, "Get up, bro." Shoulder checked him again. And then in between that, Cody did hit him with Cody Cutter, but John, he wasn't worried about that.
Mm-hmm.
He got back up, hit him with the drop, walked around him and laughed. Finally did a slow, you can't see me, jog to the ropes and it hit him. Like,
It was on some you can't F me, little.
literally, that was special. That was real special. But how we feeling about Travis?
They could have
God,
kept that.
bro.
They could have kept him in the back.
Yeah.
Be a fan, bro. I don't want to see Travis Scott. Be
Like,
a fan.
If y'all gonna have an interference, have it be The Rock. But if y'all not gonna have Rock come out there, don't have anybody at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can still do, like, I like the whole making Cody make the decision
I like
to
that.
be the good guy or take the cheap way out and use the belt. I like that. Y'all could have did that without Travis.
Exactly. I don't know. I just, in general, I guess I wasn't the biggest fan of the match. It was slow paced, and I'm all right with that. But I just feel like if it's gonna be slow paced, it's John Cena. We typically don't see him be the one leading during a match. You know, momentum wise, we're always used to him being beat down and coming back. And so I don't think he's got the type of offense to captivate you in that way. Like, when Roman does it, no glaze. It makes sense.
No, that's
Because he's got the type of offense, like, put you in the corner. He got the 10 little clotheslines. He got the jumping, guillotine. He got the Samoan slam. Like, these big, massive impact moves. And I don't think John Cena has the same type of moveset, which was annoying. Just a little bit. Like, it by no means was it a bad match. I just thought it made it a little odd to watch.
I feel like that was kind of the point, though, to see a John Cena
Cena in this way that we've
seen.
never seen before.
Yeah,
It
'cause
makes sense.
Like you said, as a face, John Cena is gonna come back every time.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen him as the heel, and we haven't seen him lead it.
Right.
And I feel like it showed that he always had it. He just don't want to resort to them tactics. Like
Right.
like Michael Cole said, we would have never seen him hit the ropes to make Cody fall on his nuts.
Mm-hmm.
John Cena would have never done that, and then laugh about it, especially.
Right.
That's why I liked it. But I feel that because it did make it a little weird to see. But I kind of feel like that was the point.
And also with that, like, yeah, I'm assuming we gonna get to the finish. We're gonna talk about that because I wasn't feeling that. But yeah, with the Travis Scott thing, it's like, why are we giving a global superstar like a Make-A-Wish at WrestleMania?
Hot take. I'm getting real tired of seeing outside celebrities getting
Yeah,
incorporated.
it's
Like,
a little
getting
much.
into
It's a little
actual
much
wrestling.
because it
I hate
waters down the product.
Yeah, it do.
Yeah.
It's stupid. And they be looking dumb. Like,
And why is everyone getting a belt now? The Rock got a belt. Travis don't need a belt. What does Travis got a belt for?
He's bringing the money. I genuinely don't know.
Like, I would love a Make-A-Wish. I'd love to appear on WrestleMania. What makes him special?
Like, I feel like they wanted to have Cody get his revenge on Travis and, pay it back like the receipt, but that could happen on Raw.
Cody needs his revenge on Travis Scott.
like, bro.
That could happen on SmackDown or Raw 2 weeks ago.
I'm saying.
Why'd it have to happen at WrestleMania, though? In what y'all are billing as the biggest match of all, which they say every year.
Yeah.
But y'all are saying this is the biggest match. Then why do you need Travis to come out?
Travis Scott. What are we doing?
And then he took 8 years to get into the ring, too,
Bro.
bro.
You don't hop, skip, and jump down there, bro.
I'm saying, hurry up, dude. We don't even want you out here, but hurry up.
That's
Shit.
what I'm saying. Small side note. I love seeing this entrance, though. The all black, white letters, very simple and plain.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
'Cause
not
he not
pandering.
doing y'all no favors.
Nah, like, I'm here for business. I thought that was an amazing touch. That was perfect.
I'm really liking heel Cena. And John Cena is such a good wrestler, such a good mic performer that he can do it. Like, I've always wanted to see him go heel.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know I don't like John Cena at all.
Tell me if I'm tweaking, but I thought the crowd reaction was a little, like, tame
It was weird.
for it to be his 17th title. Like, that's historic.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it was kind of like that damn near all night.
It was kind of
Sure.
lame. Yeah, like,
They were. The Vegas crowd sucked.
But then they get mad when they go overseas to other countries. But
Boy.
them other countries be
you put that in the UK. They talked about Indianapolis so bad. We had a lit crowd. They were off the charts.
Most lit crowd, bro.
Like, you put that in UK, you put that in London, like, wherever, like you said, overseas, they would go crazy for that.
exactly.
And Vegas just sitting there like it's a random Monday night. I was a little confused.
But yeah, how'd you feel about the whole belt situation? Like, forcing Cody to make that decision, having John like chill, blah 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 blah. Do the heel stuff.
Yeah.
They had Cody go out like a dumbass.
Yeah, they did.
I see what they were doing though,
Mm-hmm.
because we saw Cena take the easy way out for the first time in 22 years, and they wanted to make Cody have to decide whether he wants to do it the right way or
Mm-hmm.
resort to hitting him with the belt to win it, and he chose not to, and Cena hit him in the nuts again, hit him with the belt,
Yeah.
and then won. I didn't think the match was about to end right there though.
No AA is crazy.
Yeah.
Like when you go back and rewind that moment and you're telling people about it, I don't think it's going to be as impactful as it should have been because you won the belt off of hitting someone with it. And you have one of the greatest and most iconic finishing moves of all time. That was a letdown. Big letdown.
Even though I would kick out from it myself, but I mean, like, it's a body slam. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
you just have me on your shoulders now. I'm on the ground, bro. I'm kicking out at too.
All right, bro, relax.
Raw after Mania was fire though. You got Io Sky and Stephanie Vakir. I think that's how you say it. Great match.
Mhm.
I can't wait to see Stephanie on the main roster,
Mm-hmm.
which is definitely about to happen after the draft. I'm excited for the draft.
Very.
Rusev Beck finally looking very chiseled.
Yeah.
My goat snuck in like an actual snake.
Mm-hmm.
Heard voices in his head and RKO John Cena. I love how John Cena was like, shit. And I love how I can't wait for Backlash, man. Like, genuinely can't wait for that main event where Randy Orton RKO's John Cena for the third time.
See,
And he wins his 15th
He
belt.
takes his
Is
belt.
that the one in St. Louis?
Yes.
Yo, you gotta put the belt on Randy, bro.
He's going to win.
Unless they're like aiming to make Cena the greatest heel of all time, because if he walks out of St. Louis with that belt,
I don't know, man. If he slapped that ref and get disqualified like Randy did to him,
that would be crazy.
It'll be a good callback, too.
That would be crazy.
Nah. I think Randy RKO's him the third or fourth time. and then
I hope
pins
to
him.
see it. I really hope to
And
see it.
Leaves his hometown with his 15th world title.
I think I saw it on your Twitter. I don't know who Twitter I saw it on, but somebody said, like, I never thought I'd see a world where Randy Orton was bigger than John Cena. Like, more built.
It's
I was
crazy.
like, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's my GOAT, man. But I think it was the ending that was really the highlight of the night, because you had Roman Superman punch Paul Heyman, which is, who would have ever thought that would happen?
Yeah.
But then you have Braun Breaker come in as Spear Roman. What? Who would have thought Braun Breaker was on their team too?
This is a
He
serious
used to be a Paul
faction.
Heyman guy. They might cook with this.
This faction building is crazy because you know Becky gonna join them.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the other thing, like, because Liv and Raquel took their titles back.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Becky is going to turn on Lyra, and
Oh,
we're
yeah.
going to see heel Becky.
For sure.
And then since she's a heel, she might as well join her husband.
Right.
And that faction going to be nuts. Because she going to take the belt off of Lyra, and somehow Seth is going to take the belt off of Jay.
No.
Nah, he gonna do it. They gonna
No,
do it. I can't lie.
bro.
He gonna do it.
And then
Oh.
Braun, I don't know whose belt Braun going to take, but if he even takes one.
Goodness.
But that faction is going to be tough, though.
It is. You know, they said Carmelo Hayes would be a great addition. I would,
It would be.
love to see
I would-
Carmelo
like-
Hayes.
I'm tired
This
of Melo
faction.
being disrespected.
He's really like that.
Like, he's so athletic. He's good on the mic. Act like good in-ring performer, not just athletic. Like, stop disrespecting my boy. He's him.
Really.
They might cook with this one. I can't lie to you.
Do y'all think they're going to do a tag match? CM Punk and Seth versus Braun and Roman at Backlash? Or at a Raw or anything?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably a Backlash.
And I think that's when they reveal that there's another Paul Heyman guy.
Mm-hmm.
Mello.
Yeah.
I hope it's Melo. Give Melo a little run. Yeah, I think
That'd be special.
Yeah, this faction, like, I think we could be looking at like an all-time great
Yeah.
faction right now.
I think so.
At least a great year from this group. It's gonna be special.
And I'm gonna end it with this since we're talking about factions. Who y'all think is the best faction ever?
Chill. I'm sorry, but I don't care. I'm going Silk.
Part of me wants to say Shield,
Why?
but DX. What do you mean? Why? They was elite for years, bro.
Okay.
Wait. Hold on. What, are the Shield not even in the conversation to you?
No, they are.
Okay.
They are. Okay, I'm
Okay.
hating.
So why is it like a big deal that we just hit?
My bad, bro. I was just hating. Okay? My bad.
Roman gonna get you, bro. Man. But I would say I think DX is in the convo. Very much.
Evolution, obviously.
Yeah. Evolution.
That's my answer. Is Evolution to me.
I think DX is better than Evolution. Slightly.
Only reason I won't say DX is because you don't think of them as a faction, really. You just think of Triple H and Shawn Michaels. I mean, I guess when they
That's
first
fair
started,
point.
you think of China and
Yeah.
Rick Rude, but I mean, all the time when you think about DX, you just thinking of them too. So I would classify them as a tag team.
Yeah.
That's really why I wasn't thinking of Shield, because it's 3 people a faction.
Yeah.
That counts. Okay, then.
I think
yeah,
anything
they are
more
in
than
the
What
two.
would
conversation.
you can't come with that.
I know that's the thing. Like, I don't know if I would have said tag team. I don't know if I said faction. Whatever's in the middle of that. But
Shout out to the Wyatt family though.
oh yeah,
Mm.
They
For
was
sure.
elite. I love that.
we're here.
And look, you not gonna agree, but the bloodline now is like stamped.
Oh
At
yeah,
least
that's
top
all
10,
time
like,
level. Yeah, that's
yeah.
all time level faction for sure, bro. I'm like always give Bloodline flowers. That's one of the best stories ever. I'm telling y'all, all that hate for Roman really left the window when he became tribal chief and the head of the table, or whatever.
I'm just
Don't
making
sound
sure.
Like he
man.
left, though.
Yeah,
That's the
like
thing.
I just want Roman to know he got coverage at ATB. You know, we working for him. So
I'm gonna go Evolution because they had the former leader in the world titles. Triple H got so many of them. Batista got a lot of them. My GOAT was in it too. I mean,
Ric
Got
Flair
sweat.
in there too.
came out as a legend killer though, so we good. We ball. Before I leave the pod, man, I gotta just say shout out Coach DeVries at IU. He building a squad of lethal shooters. I mean, y'all can hate all y'all want, but when it come March, when it come March, and y'all building y'all brackets, and y'all see IU is a number 1 seed,
Go out. Round 32.
sound good. Appreciate y'all tuning in, though. Keep up with Colin Hatfield's show. Still going strong, 365 days of posting, but
Yes, sir.
every playoff night, he is live.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if most of y'all be asleep by then, because I do. But go check it. Great ball knowledge being talked about. And also just check all the posts. But yeah, appreciate y'all guys tuning in.